it's so nice getting respect from other bikers. I don't know why, but I think it's really cool. He looked at me when I pulled up on him and he gave me a thumbs up. So I was like, yay, I feel accomplished. Also, good morning guys. How are y'all? Right now, I'm heading to AutoZone so I can go pick up another belt. Mine broke this morning. Thankfully, I have a spare in my car at all times, so I'm gonna go get another spare. And then after that, I'm going to Shane's shop so we can work on Sean's Subaru because he blew up his transmission, so that'll be fun. Okay, so this is my buddy Thad's car. It's a little Miata, and it's so dope. Look at the front lip. Carbon fiber hood, actually really dig it. Fender flares, really good set of wheels. One of my favorite seats ever. Eventually I'll get one of those. Nice hard top, quick release. And then look at the back too, all carbon bits, so nice. By far the cleanest Miata in this town. God, I love it. Old belt, new belt, we're good. We're still waiting on Sean. He's on his way right now. I just got a message from him, so he's gonna be a little bit late. But I'm here, Shane's here, his Datsun's over there. I'm gonna go film his Datsun. It's really pretty. I'm gonna go film it. It is in pain, it's a little broken, but still, it's a clean body and really good wheels, so why not? Little 280ZX. Look who finally decides to show up. Definitely not the most ideal incline to get a trailer or get a Subaru off of a trailer, but we're gonna make it work. Alright Sean, while you sit there and do that and I do nothing, so what happened to your car?
Well, things and such. First off, what had happened was I was going down the highway doing a pull. Well, you see, in my shift linkage, in this little bit right here, this piece goes to the transmission, this part goes to my shifter. These bushings were gone. So there's a lot of play. 120 down the 60 down the highway.
You're in Mexico though, right?
Yeah. I went to choose 5th gear to slow down. It chose 3rd. I didn't realize it quick enough, popped out the clutch. 3rd gear.
So basically, your built WRX blew up your 5-speed. Yeah. That's what I'm hearing. Okay. So he has a new 5-speed because the 6-speed is way too expensive. It's like $6,000 for the whole setup or $3,000 for the tranny.
And I don't have either of that.
So where did you get this new transmission from?
I ordered it from a salvage company in California. It's funny because looking at the pictures online, they post pictures of the donor car. Came out of a fiery wreck of a car.
So his 5-speed that blew up from his built WRX, he has another 5-speed that might break again, but that's okay. He's going to build the other 5-speed, I think, or save up for a 6-speed.
That's still questionable. I don't know.
Still questionable? So it's a possibility of him building it or just buying a 6-speed later on in the future. So right now he's just replacing it to get him, you know, back with his daily. But yeah, he got his 5-speed, the new one, from a burnt WRX, right?
Yeah.
So I just find that hilarious that he found one from a car that caught on fire. I think it's crazy, but hey, it works. At least, you know, something was salvageable from the car. But let's go ahead and get this thing up on the lift and start pulling stuff off in the engine bay, like intercooler piping, and then possibly do suspension right after that. It's pretty tedious work. It won't take too long to pull everything on the engine bay. The hard part is literally just gonna be pulling transmission. And I've done this several times before. I've done it with my brother and his Legacy. So if you wanna see like a quick how-to, I guess watch that video. Because this one's not a how-to, this is just a bunch of guys hanging out, having fun working on cars. So. So this little piece right here is like the hardest piece to get out. Usually he got it out in like 3 seconds, so that's cool. But it's right over here. There's this little cap on the transmission that you pull off, and then you've got to get a little screw either from your timing belt cover, because it's like the perfect length, or some random bolt that he found, and you'll screw it on and then pull it out. Most of the time it is very difficult to pull apart, so I'm surprised that he got it out so quickly, but it is really lubed up from the last time they pulled the transmission, which was what, maybe 2-3 months ago? 4 months ago?
I think I've been separated for about 4. No, 3.
Well, that's depressing. That got depressing real quick. All of the upper bolts for the bell housing are off. The downpipe, all the bolts for it are off. Slave cylinder's off. Right here, it's all dangling. And the starter's off. So now we're gonna go ahead and take the wheels off and work on taking the CV axles off. Once we take the CV axles off and the wheels off, we can go ahead and start working on taking the drive shaft off. And then we can pull everything, and it should be pretty simple. There's not a whole lot left to do. So it's only been about maybe an hour tops. So we're doing pretty good right now. They're fixing up this transmission, putting new seals in. We've got the new shifter linkage on there. So yeah, so far so good. All right, time for an exhaust review. Is his exhaust good? I'd say it's all right. It's not too bad. Mine's better. Look at that dump tube. External wastegate. Sounds like a dog barking. Ow, fuck. Ow. What did you hit?
I don't know.
In case you ever wondered how long an exhaust is on a Subaru, it's about 2 Keegan's length.
I think we might have used the big boy.
Your iron co.
Why is it so tight? Who did this? Well, I guess that works. Who decided to do that? Oh, it's a little lighter than I thought. I expect that to be really heavy. Oh. Some of you might think that Adam LZ did this first with the big long extensions. I actually, in fact, did it first in one of my videos whenever I was working with Alex on his Subaru. And it does, in fact, work quite well. It's really awkward. We're almost ready to start pulling the transmission. I believe we have the cross member to pull. Everything else though is done. We've got all the transmission bell housing bolts off, the axles are off, drive shaft's off, exhaust is off, so literally it's just cross member. And then we can go ahead and pull it and then put the new one in. And update on time, we're about 2 hours in, not too crazy, about 2.5 hours. So I think overall that's good timing for the transmission on an all-wheel drive Subaru. There's no more transmission, but there is a good clutch. ACT all the way. Best clutch ever. With all the amount of playing around that we're doing, we're making really, really good time. I'm actually impressed that we're doing so well. Probably got another 5 minutes or so before we put the transmission in because we're still playing around. But other than that, you know, it's going super smooth. First car start of the day, sort of. See how it goes. What's your AFR? Why is it so rich?
It has to relearn everything.
God, dude.
We disconnected the battery. It's got to relearn everything right now.
Well, it sounds good other than it's burning my eyeballs. We are so good at what we do. I am proud of us. Only about 4 hours, 4 or 5 hours, not too bad. I'm so hyped that everything turned out really well right now. There's nothing like finishing a 4-hour job, 5-hour job, and everything just works great. It's been a long time since he's had the Subaru up and running, about four or 5 months or so. Really happy we got it back. Can't wait to do more content with him. Probably gonna do a couple of Subaru stuff together, and he's two-stepping outside and out there to film it. What are you doing? Come on, I need to film two-step. What's the retail in one of these?
More than you can afford.
Hi.
All right, we just got done eating and we dropped the trailer off at Sean's house. Now we're back over here at the shop to start the Subaru and go ahead and drive his home. And then mine is over there, idling. It's all running good still, so thankfully. Let's go ahead and see how his does now that it's been sitting for a minute. It still has to relearn the map a little bit too. It was running a little rich whenever he first started up earlier, and we actually disconnected the battery again because we had to do a couple adjustments on the engine bay, and basically it's got to reset itself. It'll learn here in a couple minutes, give or take. How do you feel?
It's got warm back up.
Yeah. How do you feel?
How do I feel?
Yeah.
I'm fucking excited, man.
Yeah.
I'm ready to have this car back.
I'm excited too. Like I said earlier, we were gonna have a couple plans with the Subarus. Probably hang out a lot more now that we've got both of them, do more car meets and stuff like that. So I think the future for both cars are gonna be a lot more fun this year. I think that's it for this video. So I hope you enjoyed. If you do, leave a thumbs up. And if you want to see more content like this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I try to make content as much as possible whenever I get some free time. Other than that, I'll see you on the next one. Later, guys.